Hello dear Leos, and welcome to your annual 2021 horoscope. 2021 is a very different year. We enter this year with fresh energy, with Aquarian energy to be more specific. And this type of energy is very different to the Capricorn energy, where everything needs a structure and it's quite authoritarian as well. Whereas here in Aquarius, things will be much lighter. So let's break this year down for you. First of all, the most important event of the year is both Jupiter and Saturn moving into Aquarius. And this has already happened back in December. So as you begin your year, this transit has already begun, and you are likely to have already some changes happening in your area of relationships, personal relationships, close relationships, love, marriage, and business partnerships. So this is a very interesting transit, because if you are single, then over the next 3 years, you are likely to establish a serious relationship. If you are already in a commitment, then something might change. Maybe there will have to be more structure implemented into this relationship. Perhaps you might get married, you might get engaged, you might go through some troubles as well. So depending on the circumstances, there will definitely be a lot going on for Leo rising in the area of relationships, but also if you are watching it for your sun sign or for your moon sign, you will also go through changes, since these planets will be opposing your sun in Leo and also other planets if you have in Leo or moon in Leo. So let's go into specifics. First of all, Saturn. Saturn is a karmic planet, and it takes longer to transit an area of life than other planets like Venus or Mercury. Here, Saturn will stay between 2021 and 2023, so it's a pretty long transit. And Saturn will be most challenging for you at the beginning. So the first months of 2021, you might experience some challenges in your relationships, personal, love, or business partnerships, things that irritated you in the past and maybe they were overlooked. Now they might come back into the surface, and you will have to deal with them and hopefully resolve them, because otherwise they are likely to affect your relationship. Saturn here doesn't signify that you will get divorced or you will go through breakup. You may, but this could be a time of healing, of necessary changes that have to be implemented for a healthier relationship. Now, Jupiter is a planet that brings abundance, luck, and good fortune. And Jupiter will stay here for the majority of 2021. And while it's here, it will bring lots of luck, lots of positivity. Also, this could be a time when you legalize your relationship. Now, Jupiter also rules legal matters, traditional ruler of the ninth house. So here you might be legalizing your relationship. You might receive some lovely opportunities as well through business partnerships. So it's a very positive energy, and it will help you to deal with the restricting energy of Saturn. Now, Jupiter will also move into your 8th house between May and July. And this is the area of intimacy, of sex, joint resources, investments, and mortgages, debts as well. So here, this could be a beneficial time for your relationship in terms of your intimate life. Also, it's a good time for investment. You might be doing some investments. You might be dealing with mortgage as well, but something positive will come into your life connected to these aspects of your life. The second thing that will be important at the beginning of 2021 is Mars changing signs. So Mars stayed in Aries since June 2020. So it was a very long transit. It went retrograde in the meantime, and we went through different sorts of challenges during that time. Now Mars is moving into Taurus, and for you specifically, this is your 10th house. So you are likely to be very busy in January and also maybe February as well, dealing with your career. But things will be moving very quickly. You might be involved in some important projects, but you will be much better managing them rather than working in a team, because Mars will give you this bossy attitude. So you might be bossing people around and telling them what to do, because you will be so confident about what you're doing. So this is a good time for dealing with something that involves managing a project, or maybe something where you will be working on your own. So you will be your own boss. Be careful during this time. You might also get in trouble with your authority figures or with your bosses or managers. Maybe don't get too overconfident sometimes. It's good to control our emotions during the time that Mars transits this area of our life, especially with matters connected to career and professional life. Now, Mercury will go retrograde this year 3 times. So this is very normal. It's nothing unusual. And these retrogrades will be in air signs this year. And for you more specifically, this will be in your 7th, 11th and the 3rd house. So the first Mercury retrograde will be on the 30th of January and it will last throughout February. So here in January, you will already have Jupiter and Saturn in this area of your life. You will be dealing with different sort of experiences with in your relationship life, in any business partnerships as well. So here Mercury will prompt you to make some serious reevaluations and reconsiderations, and perhaps an ex-relationship could come back into your life as well during this time. Generally with Mercury going retrograde, things from the past come back into our life, and it's an opportunity to fix them, to resolve them. The second Mercury retrograde will be on the 29th of May, and it will last throughout June. And this is in your 11th house. So here again, relationships, but this time with your friends, groups you belong to, also some realizations concerning your dreams, your hopes, and your wishes. You might be getting into some challenging situations with your friends, maybe some issues again coming back from the past that you might have to resolve or face, friends coming back from the past into your life, and also perhaps some reevaluations in terms of groups you belong to. And also you might be rethinking your goals, your plans for the future as well. The last Mercury retrograde will be on September 27th, and it will last throughout October, and this is in your 3rd house. So here again, this will be relationships with others, but this time your neighbors, siblings, and people from your immediate environment. So as you can see, there is a lot of going on this year with matters concerning your relationships with others. So you will be fixing these relationships, making some reevaluations, deciding who you want to keep in your life, what needs to change, and all sorts of things like this. Now, with this Mercury retrograde in your 3rd house, this could be a time to do some really strong thinking about your relationship with your siblings, if you have siblings, with your neighbors. This could be a time when you have some challenges with your car as well. So make sure you check your car before this Mercury retrograde, and this is before 27th of September, because something might come up, some challenges concerning your car, a vehicle. And there could be also something to do with communication and also with short trips. Let's move on to the eclipses. We've got 4 eclipses this year, so it's actually quite calm. In 2020 we had 6, so it was quite intense and crazy. This year we only have 4, so it's nice and more peaceful. The first lunar eclipse will be on May 26th, and this is in your 5th house. Lunar eclipse is a time of endings, and this could be an ending connected to your 5th house matters. So something to do with young people, something to do with a creative project, something to do with a romance, with a love partner, someone you are dating or will be dating. I'm not saying this will be an end of this relationship. Perhaps this could be a time when you move to the next level. You won't be dating anymore. Maybe this will be become more serious, or perhaps ending of some project you will be working on next year as well. Now, the second lunar eclipse will be in your 10th house, the house of career and professional life, and this will be on November 19th. And this also is going to be the first of a series of eclipses which will take place between 2021 and 2023. So you will have many more eclipses occurring in your 10th house over the next 2 years. Well, this lunar eclipse will be about your professional life. So some endings, again, perhaps ending of a project, ending of a contract. If you're doing any professional development courses, this could also be a time when you something comes to an end in this regard. The solar eclipses, the first one will be on June the 10th, and this will be in your 11th house. So a solar eclipse is the opposite of the lunar eclipse, so it's a time of new beginnings. something starts, something begins, a fresh start. So in your 11th house, this is something to do with your friendships, with groups you belong to. So you could be joining a new group, you could be establishing your own group and looking for people to join it. This could be a beginning of some meaningful friendship as well. Or maybe some of your goals or hopes or wishes comes into realization around this time. So it's a quite powerful time. Now there is the second solar eclipse will be in your 5th house, and this is on December the 4th. So you have the lunar eclipse happening here, so a time of endings on May 26th. And here whatever you end on May 26th, you will create fresh energy. So you will create like a space for fresh energy to come on December the 4th during a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. And this could be a time of new beginnings connected to some creative work, something to do with a new romance in your life, a new love relationship. So it's a very positive time. Also, this could be something to do with your children and young people. Or also this could be a time when you establish yourself as a self-employed person, or a freelancer. Now, the end years with Venus going retrograde in Capricorn. I know it's not the best event. However, we are quite lucky to have it at the end of the year. So at least we won't have to worry or struggle with Venus retrograde in the middle of the year. It's at the very end, your 6th house. So something to do with health, diet. You could be doing some strong and deep thinking about your health, about your well-being. This could also be something to do with your work, your co-workers, and your daily routine. And with this in mind, I would like to thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful 2021. 2020 was a dreadful year. For some people, it was actually successful, but for many others, it wasn't a good year. So 2021, let's make it a more positive experience. Thank you again, and happy 2021. Bye.